Welcome to Venerated, Enlightened, Seishi, Onisaburō, Deguchi, Vegetarian, Messenger of the Divine Word, Part 1 of 3. Seishi Onisaburō Deguchi, Vegetarian, was a venerated enlightened master, seer, artist, and visionary. With the Reverend Kaiso, now Deguchi, he was the co-founder of a spiritual movement called Omoto, meaning great source or great origin. Deguchi Onisaburō was respectfully called Seishi, meaning spiritual master. Born Kisaburo Ueda in 1871 to a poor farming family in Keimeoka, Kyoto Prefecture, Japan, he was a sickly child who remained bedridden until about age 9, causing him to begin elementary school later than his peers. However, Kisaburo possessed an extraordinary memory and keen intuition. Even as a young child, he could instantly answer any question posed by the village adults. Amazed by his insight, they affectionately nicknamed him the child prodigy, sharp ears, and 8 years. He was fortunate to be mentored by his grandmother, Ueda Ono, sister of Nakamura Kodo, who was one of the pioneers of Kotodama Gakko, the study of the spiritual power of words. Proud and spirited, Kisaburo left elementary school after standing up to a teacher who had mistreated him. Both faced repercussions from the dispute, and he withdrew from the school. Yet, recognizing Kisaburo's remarkable intellect, the elementary school at the Buddhist Annaji Temple soon hired the 12-year-old as a substitute teacher in 1883. Seishi Onisaburō later recalled this chapter of his life in the following poems.
背の高き生徒におぶさりボールドに白字記して教鞭を取る。満2年、小学校に教鞭を取りて15の春に退く。
The Ueda family had once been prosperous farmers, but by the time Kisaburo was born, much of their ancestral land had been lost. The family survived as small tenant farmers. In the sharply divided rural society of the time, tenant farmers faced routine discrimination and hardship, and Kisaburo was deeply affected by this injustice. He also resented the arrogance of wealthy landowners and often pondered how to rise above the suffering of his class. After leaving elementary school, Kisaburo worked as a servant in a wealthy household, sold soy sauce, food oil, and even pulled carts to Kyoto to sell vegetables, enduring the harsh realities of rural life. When Kisaburo turned 22 in 1893, he went to Sonobe to study veterinary medicine. However, Kisaburo could not reconcile himself to the killing involved, and in 1894, he abandoned the program. During his roughly 2 years in Sonobe, he also studied pharmacy and learned classical Japanese literature from a scholar named Okada Korihira. During this period, Kisaburo read voraciously and immersed himself in the Kojiki national classics and medical texts at Korihira's residence and Naoyoji Temple, which housed a rich library. Known for his fearless spirit and strong sense of justice, Kisaburo defended the weak and challenged the powerful, standing up for those with no one else to protect them. In 1897, his father passed away at the age of 53. In the months that followed, grief and anger drove Kisaburo into conflict, and over the next 6 months, he found himself in 9 fierce confrontations with local gang leaders. After the 9th clash, Kisaburo returned home with his head bloodied. The next morning, his grandmother, her eyes filled with tears, admonished him for his recklessness and pleaded with him to reflect on the state of his soul. Seishi later wrote,
懺悔の剣に差し貫かれて五臓六腑をえぐられるような苦しさを感じてきた。
Kisaburo realized that, though he sought righteousness, his actions brought both relief and resentment. This insight marked his awakening towards spiritual understanding. A man in Western clothes then appeared before him, and after a brief exchange of words, carried him away in spirit to the sacred shrine atop Mount Fuji. The celestial being introduced himself as Matsuika Foyo, a divine messenger of Konohana Sakuya Hime no Mikoto, the goddess of Mount Fuji. In Japanese mythology, Konohana Sakuya Hime is revered as the deity of Mount Fuji, blossoms in purity, and is believed to quell the mountain from erupting. Following this divine guidance, Onisaburō entered the nearby sacred mountain Takakuma to undertake spiritual training. It was March 1st, 1898, February 9th by the lunar calendar, and Onisaburō was 26 years old. Guided by Matsuika Foyo, a divine messenger, 26-year-old Onisaburō Ueda, later known as Seishi Onisaburō Deguchi, climbed the sacred mount Takakuma, where he underwent a week of profound spiritual discipline. He later wrote,
高熊山の修行は1時間深海の修行をさせられると、限界は2時間の比例で修行をさせられた。しかし2時間の限界の修行より1時間の深海の修行の方が数十倍も苦しかった。限界の修行といっては、寒空に襦袢1枚となって前後1週間水一杯飲まず、一食もせず、岩の上に正座して無言でおったことである。
During the week, he witnessed the creation of the universe and the earth, learned the secrets of the realm of deities, and saw the past, present, and future of this material world. The Seishi wrote,
神事の間に間に高熊山の出衆したる自分の霊力発達の程度は非常に迅速であった。汽車よりも飛行機よりも電光石火よりも速やかに霊的研究は進歩したように思うた。例えば幼稚園の生徒が大学を卒業して博士の地位に瞬間に進んだような進歩であった。過去、現在、未来に到達し、深海の費用を基地しうるとともに、限界の出来事などは数百年、数千年の後まで地質し得られたのである。
Through this initiatory experience, Onisaburō awakened abilities of clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathy, prophecy, mind reading, and other supernatural powers. Onisaburō came to understand the true essence of his spirit and became aware of his mission as a servant of God. From the divine messenger, he received the following revelation.
行基末法に傾いた邪神の荒ぶ今の時にあたって、お前は至水至順なるカムナガラの大道を研究し、御霊を清め、立派なる宣伝師となって世界に向かい、神道のラッパを吹き立て、世界を覚醒せなくてはならぬ。今において、カムナガラの大道を宣伝し、世界の目を覚ますものがなければ、今日の社会の維持することはできない。ひいては、世界の破滅を将来することは、鏡にかけて見るようだ。お前はこれから神のしもべとなって、暗黒世界の光となり、しばしば神の試しにも遭い、邪神の群れに包囲され、苦しむこともあるであろう。前途にあたって深い谷もあり、剣の山や血の池地獄や蛇の室、蜂の室、暴風怒涛に苦しみ、一命の危ういこともしばしばあるであろう。さりながら少しも恐るるには及ばぬ。神様を力に、誠を杖に盲信せよ。いかなる災害に遭おうとも、決して退却してはならぬ。何事も皆、神のご競輪だと思え。一時の失敗や困難に出会うたために、神の道に遠ざかり、心を返じてはならぬ。弥勒の神の御心を生命の続く限り順法し、かつ世界へ拡充せよ。神々は汝の身を照らし、汝の身辺に付き添うて、この使命を果たすべく守りたもうであろう。特に10年間は最も必要な修行時代だ。
After a week of intense spiritual training on the sacred Mount Takakuma, Onisaburō returned home on March 7, 1898. His sudden return astonished his anxious family and neighbors. When questioned, he explained only that God had subjected him to spiritual training, a claim few could believe, so he soon fell silent. Soon after, his body again grew rigid. He could not move or speak, though he remained fully conscious. When a tear from his mother fell upon his face, he saw a golden cord descend from the heaven. Grasping it, he instantly regained movement and speech. For about a week, his soul was said to wander the spiritual realm. In part 2, we'll explore how Onisaburō became Seishi Onisaburō Deguchi and co-founded the Omoto spiritual movement. For more information on Venerated Enlightened Seishi Onisaburō Deguchi Vegetarian, please visit omt.gr.jp.
Vegan side effect: more energy to enjoy life.